What if I told you that when you are attacking machines on Hackthebox, you can also intercept that traffic and send it to an intrusion detection system so you can see what's happening on the network, on the wire? Today, we're going to be completing a machine from Hackthebox, and it's called curling. And at the same time, we will be intercepting some traffic, generating some alerts in an intrusion detection system, or in our lab environment here. If you're curious how this is set up, here's a simple network diagram. I'm using OpenSense Firewall to connect directly as a client to Hackthebox. This allows me to watch the traffic as it comes from my Kali Linux through the firewall to Hackthebox. This intercepts all unencrypted traffic, so if there's no certificates involved, no SSL, this allows us to see network-based traffic. And the setup is very simple. Here is my OpenSense. This is an OpenSense firewall that's running inside of VMware ESXi. And this machine here allows me to set it up as a firewall and also do some port forwarding so that my Kali Linux and other machines inside of my lab environment can get to Hackthebox. So the first part that you will set up, I can go in detail in a different video here. But of course, you're going to need to go to the VPN and set up OpenVPN, and Hackthebox is going to be your client. Here, as you can see, I'm already connected. It says Hackthebox active. The simple part here is you just need to give it your Hackthebox configuration from the OpenVPN file. So here's my shared key and all these settings here, just to say, hey, connect to us. In this case, I'm allowing it to connect to my OpenSense. In addition to that, I'm doing some port forwarding under my firewall rules here. This port forwarding allows me to have my Kali Linux be getting the traffic as well. So as you can see, I have one port forward to Kali. I'm pretty much forwarding everything to Kali at this point. In addition to that, I also wanted to port forward to an Wazoo server that I had, but I don't need that one anymore for now because I wanted to set up endpoint detection. So this setup here is not that complicated. I'll probably make a video in the next few days or so to show you how it's set up. But today I want to show you our attack. We are attacking this machine here called curling. As you can see, it's already running. Coming back to my Kali here, I would like to initiate an Nmap scan. -SV, -SC. This is just the top 1000 ports, TCP ports. Going back straight to Security Onion, let's look in the last 15 minutes. You will notice that in the last 15 minutes, we didn't have anything going on. But right now, I'm running an Nmap scan in the background. So that is going to be caught here. And you can see what that looks like. Going back to this tab here, we see that you can also have a Kibana instance, which allows you to see all your data. You can also search, for example, just search for Nmap. So this really levels up your ethical hacking attacks against Hackthebox, Try Hack Me, Hack My VM, whatever you're working on. Making sure that you get very familiar with the data on the wire as far as network traffic is concerned. So now let's refresh this. We should start seeing Nmap scripting engine getting caught. As you can see, these are the default rules that catch when they see behavior from Nmap. Nothing too surprising. Every time you run Nmap in this default format, you will get caught, and here's a bunch of rules that are fired as well. Another interesting part here is if we come back here to Kibana and we look in the last 24 minutes, you will also see that the baseline kind of changes a little bit. You're going to see a lot of traffic spiking right here, which shows us that we are sending a lot of traffic. So if you are going to be attacking Hackthebox, you will be spiking things like that. But back to our Kali Linux here. Our scan completed. We found two ports, port 80 and port 22. And as always, we like to check the port 80 first. In this case, let's open a new tab. So let's go to etc host and add our IP address. 10.150 and is curling.hackthebox. So this allows us to just use the name of the machine, because most of them, they kind of look like that. Okay, So now that we added it to our Etsy host, we can save. Let's go back to a browser. Let's see what we can find on that site. So we just visited our site, and right away, I see that we have a website talking about Q. Okay. When I see a blog post like this, I like to know, written by super user, we might be able to see usernames here from people writing. And here I see that there's a username called Floris. But then, before I do anything else, let me start a derb in the background as well. So this is just going to be a derb. If derb doesn't catch anything, I will do a full GoBuster. But for now, derb to see if I can find some directories. This also, of course, is going to generate a lot of noise. So notice how we had these results here in the last 15 minutes. Just nmap from our nmap. Derb is going to cause a ton of other traffic here as well. And if we give it a few minutes and refresh this page here, we're going to see a lot of attack traffic from derb, the tool, showing up here as alerts. But our main objective here is to become familiar with network traffic. What does it look like when you are attacking people or systems out there? In this case, notice how this is going up. This is because derb is running right now, brute forcing some directories. Keep refreshing this, that is going to keep going up and up and up. I'm using derb with the command.txt, so this shouldn't be too much. As you can see, we picked up here. Let's go back to Kali and see if it's running. Okay, we see bin. We also see the administrator page, which is good. So now derb is running. We can keep looking through our site. We kind of have to multitask here. Well, since we found the administrator, we might as well. All right. This is Joomla. So right away, I start thinking Joomscan. And if I look all the way at the bottom here, it says 2023 Q. Go to site home. You can view the page source to see if there's anything, but I see a username and password. I already have a username from the main site. So this is interesting. All right. So while this is going, let's keep poking around on our sites. So one thing that I always do is I always check the page source. Let's start with the administrator, and I'll look for keywords like password. In this case, we have 1 of 7. Let's keep seeing. We're also looking for like comments as well. If there's any comments here or words like password, some people are just silly like that. So in this case, I don't see anything. Let's go back to the main site and do the same. There's a few blog posts here. Let's view the page source. We are looking for comments, and comments will show in HTML or JavaScript, or we can look for the word passwords as well. In this case, I don't. Oh, wait a second. Here's a comment. What does this mean? Secret.txt. Does this mean secret.txt here? Okay, I guess we have secret.txt and we see this thing here. This could be base64 encoded, or it just is the password. We already have a user called Floris. So I always try to see if I can base64 decode. Echo that and pipe it to base64 minus D. And sure enough, we find the password, curling 18. This doesn't happen in the real world, probably just CTF. So we have curling 18, we have our /admin here, and we have our user Floris. So let's put the username and password here. So we just go straight to the Joomla site because, that's the administrator part. Okay, now let's try. Okay, so it works. We're not going to save the password for now. We're inside of a Joomla system. The first thing that I really want to know is what version of Joomla is this, because I've seen so many Joomla installs. If I move myself out here, notice that at the bottom here it says Joomla 3.88. So I'll go and find if there's any exploits for Joomla 3.88. I guess I'm going to have to read this stuff. Let's see. See, GitHub page. It says that CMS is vulnerable to authenticated remote code execution. So we need to be authenticated. But how is it actually doing that? It's a template web shell generator plus remote code execution. So there's templates within Joomla after we sign in. So we find templates right here. We can upload a new template or we can modify an existing template. So here's the templates. We have this one and this one. So the prototype one, notice that we have PHP files here. We can either actually just modify one of these, I hope we can, and put our reverse shell here. Templates, what I like to do is let's go to revshells.com. Okay, this is going to be for operating system. This is going to be for Linux. Want a reverse shell. Should we pick this one? Now we just need to find out what is our IP address for the VPN. Go to our services VPN. This is going to be this IP address, not the one for the Kali, because we're doing port forwarding here. So 10.10.16.6 for now. I'll change that as soon as video is done. So I've put 9001. I really don't care about that. So I'm going to, I'm not, shell is going to be bin bash actually. No encoding, so I'll copy that. And then let's go back. So I can create a new file. IT security lab. Oh, I don't need to put a file extension. Okay, I see. Create that. So how does this work? Okay, I can type. It's saved. So all we need to do is visit this after we set up our listener, of course, on port 9001. So let's open a new terminal. Say netcat -lvnp 9001. And once our listener is going, we need to go to the URL for templates, itsecurity-labs.php. And if everything works well, we should get a reverse shell. If it doesn't, we won't. That was too quick. Very suspicious of that. And we're still listening. So something didn't work. Let me go find out why it worked properly. I had to check the syntax again. And now that that is done, let's refresh our page. It's hanging, which is good. I like that. And sure enough, we are in as www data. Let's see what we can do. Do I have anything in here? Of course, these are all the files, offline.php, templates, errors, and so forth. All right, so I don't see anything interesting here. Let's go to home, see if we have any users. We only have one user, Floris. And according to those permissions, let's see if we can. Oh yeah, we have admin area. And we also have user.txt. Okay. We cannot read the user file here as www data, because it's owned by Floris. Password backup, we do have read permissions though on this one. Here we can read it. So that's the only file that we're going to focus on here, other than bash rc. Okay, so when you get the password backup file, what kind of trolling is this? XXD. Hey, we got XSD here. Okay, so with the password backup here, we can use XXD. Is it -D or -R? -R. Password. The file called password. Let's send this to the temp folder, such temp, such password. Now, let's go to our temp folder because we put it right there. This ensures that we don't have any corrupted data. File password. What type of file is that? bzip2. So we can move password to to password.b2zip bzip2. We have bzip2. Okay, bzip2 minus decode. Okay, and paste it here. All right, let's see what we have here. So it looks like my password.bz2 now. If I check it again after running this command, I think I just renamed it by accident. Password, that's a gzip compressed file now. Okay, so I need to move that to pass.gzip. Then we need to unzip it. In fact, it's not gzip. To pass.gz, unzip or gzip minus decode. I hope they have the two. Now we just get pass, file pass. Oh, come on, another bzip2 compressed data. So we need to uncompress this again. More busy work than necessary. Now we need to move pass to pass.bz2. Then we need to do it all over again. The bz command, bzip2 minus d. Like, what's wrong with this? ls file pass. It's a tar file. Move pass to pass.tar. Tar minus xvf. I hope that's the syntax. Yeah, and password.text. That was not necessary. That was just busy work for no reason. So now we found the password. We need to switch user to, what was the user's name again? Floris. Okay. So we cannot switch user. Let's try to SSH as Floris. Yes. Right, we're in. That was unnecessary. Okay, as Floris, now we can do ls-la again. User.text. So silly. Okay, come on. Right. Sudo -l. Okay. So we can check for SUIDs, and we can also check for other things. But our ls-la earlier also showed us this folder here called admin area. Oh, we like that. ls-la, just in case. So we have input and report. Open input. There is a URL, so maybe it's local. Let's see the report. So this is the it says secret.txt here. This looks like this page source for the main site. I don't think there is anything interesting here. That's the report look like. Okay, the report is still going to then. Let's go to the input, just in case this is running. Let's change this. So instead of HTTP, we'll look for a file /root/root.txt, I guess. That's where the file will be. So instead of HTTP, let's put file. See if we can save that file. Do you really want to overwrite it? Yes. Cat input. Okay. ls cat report. The report is still looking for the local file though. Right, so after a while, if we cat the report with the contents that we put in there, we get the root flag. So I guess this was a curling with the cron job and our ability to finish that. So we found our final flag. I don't know if this was hard or easy. We did too much busy work than what was necessary. So curling is done. Okay, going back to our security onion. If you look here in the last 15 minutes, what was happening here? Okay, so we do know that this is probably from our Go Buster, but let's just verify that. Drill down. Oh yeah, this is when we were attacking the web application. If you look here, we're just busting some directories. So the biggest takeaway here is nmap Go Buster will get busted, of course, and then we're able to complete the machine. I hope you like this style of attacking Hackthebox. Kind of shows us a little bit of how things work. Please remember to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there's anything else I should showcase. Otherwise, hope to see you next time.